up everyone, it's your bro Pro here, and in today's video I will show you how to customize your Dinka Jester RR and give you a few tips and tricks how to race around the new street race tracks. So let's get into it. Today is Wednesday when I'm making this video, so tomorrow or the day when you're watching this video, the new Porsche might be out. But you can follow this video and do the same customizations to that car, and that should help you out with your performance when you're racing. But if it doesn't help, I'll be making another video for the new Porsche. But for Dinka lovers who love the Dinka Jester car, you can watch this video as well right now and just customize it to your liking and get the best performance. Alright, so the reason I'm making this video is because I'm seeing lots of people using wrong customizations on Jester, such as using wrong strap brace. Therefore they cannot turn the corners as the car is too heavy, and I want to also help you beat Calico car. So at the end of this video I'll show you a couple of clips where I'm beating Calico cars and making one of the guys rage quit. So let's get into customizations and let's help you out. If you are new to the game and you're low level, such as level 40, you can unlock level 4 engine and brakes and other performance parts by buying Auto Shop, and in the Auto Shop garage you can unlock the max performance even though you are low level. So when you go to Los Santos Customs, you cannot access that. It will say to you that you have to be level 60 or 100, but if you have an Auto Shop, then you can get that there. Alright, so for the armor you want to have 20%. Just for a little bit more traction, but don't go over 20 because it will make your car way too heavy and it will just make it harder for you to turn and it will slow you down. So if you want to add that armor, go for level 20. So brakes number 4, bumpers. For the front bumpers you want to make sure that you have a light front bumpers. With this car it will not matter that much because all of them are carbon, but if you are customizing new Porsche and you have a metal bumper at the front, make sure that you swap it for the carbon, and it will help you to turn the cars faster around the sharp corners. For the rear bumper you want to make it heavier, so if you're customizing again the Porsche, make sure they have a metal bumper at the back, but with the Dinka Jester we all have carbon bumpers, so just go with the heaviest one, or you can just go with the stock one, and that will help you out. So what you want to achieve is having the front of the car light and back of the car heavier, so you can have more traction when you're coming out the corners and having more speed on the straights, but keeping the front of the car real light so you can turn the sharp corners really fast. So that's what we are trying to achieve here, and hopefully that will help you out when you're racing. With canards it doesn't really matter which one you choose, just make sure that you choose one of them. It will help you out to turn your car around faster as well, and just help you travel faster. Alright, so for engine, let's look at the engine block. You just can choose whatever you want just to visualize a bit more better, and the cover as well. It doesn't really matter for the performance, but the strap brace is the more important part. So for the strap brace, lots of people are going for visuals. So the top two, when it comes to the block and cam cover, that's just the visuals. So when you want to open the hood, show off your car, yeah, you can go for that. But strap brace, don't go for the visuals. You want to have a GT strap brace or light strap brace. That will help you to turn the sharp corners fast, and also you don't even have to brake that much into sharp corners. You can just let go of the gas, turn the car, accelerate again, and just go for the corners without any issues. If you put heavy strap brace on, for example a rally strap brace, it will just make your car way too heavy and you will just crash into the wall or a street lamp or whatever is on the other side. It will just carry you out and you will not be able to turn, and this is what I'm seeing lots of racers doing. They just put a roll cage on because it looks nicer when they are doing the car show, but when it comes to racing they can't turn the corners. And of course for the engine performance you want to have level 4. Alright, moving on. For the exhaust, again this is a personal choice, so whatever it looks better, it will not affect your performance. Headlights is really up to you again. With the hood, Just something to keep in mind, the hood catches will not allow you to open your hood when you're at the car show, so make sure that you set it to none. So once again, I'm just going to explain it. If you have a hood catch on, you cannot open your hood. So when you go to options to open all the doors, only the doors on the sides and the back will open, but the hood will stay shut. So if you want to go to car meet, make sure that the catches are off. When it comes to the hood, you want to make it a little bit more lighter. You can go for the carbon hood, but the normal hood I'm using is geo-vented hood. That is perfectly fine, but if you really want to make that car lighter at the front, just go for the lighter hood. Alright, so the interior doesn't really matter, lights doesn't really matter, it's your own choice, delivery is your choice. Lowers, just the sun protector thing at the back, it's really up to you if you want to have it or not. It doesn't really affect your performance. The roof doesn't affect your performance, but the skirts will. So I'm using secondary super skirts, or you can go for the carbon skirts. Just don't go for any heavier skirts. So for this car, there are not many metal skirts, but if you're using the Porsche and you're having too many metal skirts, then don't use them. Go for more carbon and more dynamic ones, so you can turn the car faster and sharper around those sharp corners. So that's for the skirts. For the spoiler, I'm using secondary Jester wing. This will improve your handling of the car as well. If you go for the biggest spoiler, it will just make your car way too heavy at the back and putting it too much into a drift when you're coming out of a sharp corner, or just making you too slow when you're turning, and the handling and turning of the car is just too heavy and you can't dodge the obstacles which are in the shortcuts. If you're taking the shortcuts, you know what I'm talking about. They're like crates or bins or whatever, and when it comes to dodging them with this garage spoiler, it's just too hard to dodge them. When it comes to secondary Jester wing, one more thing to keep in mind is that it sticks out. So if you're going for the shortcuts, just make sure they don't clip the spoiler against anything, because it will just spin you out. So to be more safe, you can go for these kind of spoilers, so primary super wing or secondary super wing, but then you will need to adjust your front bumper to adjust the performance, so you will need to play around with it. So if you don't want to clip anything in the shortcuts, these are the spoilers to go, but I would strongly suggest secondary Jester wing for best performance. The sun strip is really up to you if you want to have it. Suspension, alright, make sure that you don't go for the competitive suspension, because that is just making your handling way too hard. Go for sport or street. I would recommend street, but I'm using sport because I like to go into a skid / drift when I'm coming into the corners. So when I'm going from top speed, then I brake hard, turn my car, and the car just drifts slightly when I'm adjusting the angle I want to go in, and then I just accelerate and just go through. So the sport suspension helped me with that. But if you don't want to go into a drift or skid, just go for the street one. Transmission, you want to go for full, turbo full, and then brakes. It's really up to you what you want to use here. I'm using the full one, but if you want to make the light car at the front again, go for less. So chrome and brakes is just the first one or none. It's really up to you, but it doesn't really affect your performance as much. So whatever you want, that's just more for visuals. Alright, the wheels is more important part. Make sure that you don't use drift wheels. I'm seeing lots of racers using them, and they're just skidding around and not being able to turn the corners. So as you can see, if you go to low grip tires, you have only 1.5 bars of traction. So you can have the fastest car, and you have low grip tires, you will not be able to turn the corners. You will just skid out and not be able to catch up with other racers. So go for bulletproof or just normal tires. When it comes to wheels, I would suggest going for sport wheels. The track wheels are pretty good on straights, but when it comes to going around sharp corners and the top speed, you will just skid out and just completely spin around. That's it, you lose control. And also the street, you can try them, but they're not as best. The sport wheels, you have more traction and better handling of the car, so go for the sport one. Windows is really up to you, it's just the visuals. So overall, what you want to have is having the front of the car very light, back of the car you want to have a heavier, making sure that the wheels are sticking on the road, so go for sport. Suspension heavy on sport or street, so you can have better handling around the corners. And the strap brace, which is the most important part in the car, make sure that you go for the GT or the light strap brace, and it will help you out a lot when you're coming to the sharp corners. Let's look at how to race properly around the course with the Jester. So in this corner you just want to let go of the gas, turn and accelerate again, and when it comes to this shortcut you want to just brake hard, and as you can see with my sport suspension I'm going a little bit into a skid, and then I just easily turn through the corners without needing to brake. And then as soon as I come out I just accelerate, and on these two corners you don't need to brake either, you just let go of the gas. A little bit went too wide here, but if you turn a little bit sharper that's fine. On this corner I would suggest braking slightly because it will put you into unwanted drift, as there is a little bump on the road and it will just put you sideways. When it comes to this corner, shortcut, go on the left side. On the right side you have like a little dip and you have to slow down, but if you go on the left side and with a little bit of practice you can go full speed this way, and then that way you can leave everyone behind while they just crash out or just get stuck there. On this track you want to come to the shortcut. When you're coming out here you don't want to really brake, and I was braking around these two corners but you don't need to. I was just tapping the brake slightly, but you don't really need to brake around these two corners. When you want to dodge the people, I almost made a mistake, they go on their inside of their corner, so they don't hit into, that way you can just dodge them. So for the next shortcut you just want to drift in like I did again, and then over here you just let go of the gas, and then you want to brake slightly here and then cut right, cut left, and then it goes close to the wall, and then brake hard and turn sharp left, and this way you just turn nicely and coming out, and sometimes just put more gas into the drift out on the dirt. Take the shortcut, turn left and jump off, so that way you can just get ahead of everyone and overtake them. Alright, so let's look at beating Calico. This guy who was hosting the race, he was trying to cheat. He was having custom Calico and turn off the catch up and also slipstream, and then he was just trying to beat everyone. So at the start I was being slowed down by the other racers. I accidentally pushed this guy to the side. Don't normally play dirty, but I was trying to race with the guy in Calico in front because we had few races and he was just talking trash that he will beat me and so on. So yeah, I was just racing with him. I don't know what was going on with this connection, but I was just going back and forwards a bit. But cut the story short, he rage quit. So as you can see, I got slowed down by the guys and I was just catching up to him, even though the catch up and slipstream was off. And I catch up to him and I overtake him in the next corner. He was lagging a little bit back and forwards here, so it looks like he's crashing into everything, but he's going fine. But in the next corner he will cut himself out, he'll crash into this wall. I kind of bit him in there as well because he was annoying me. But then as we take another shortcut, my car just went for it really fast, turn left, turn right, and then he had to brake very hard around that corner, and then he just decided to rage quit. So if you look on the minimap, he paused and now he'll leave. So yeah, it is possible to beat Calicos with a Jester. You just need to know how to handle the corners, where to brake and where you don't have to brake, and then just have the good handling. So I will show you just 3 more leaderboards where I beat the Calico cars with the top speed and speed also in total, so how far they were behind me when I finished the race. So yeah guys, I hope that this video helped you and that you can beat Calicos and not have any more issues and just get those first places. So thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you in the next video. Peace. Thank you guys for watching this video. If you'd like to see my future content, make sure to follow me on Twitter for instant notifications. Also, if you want to be more connected and have a say in my future videos, join me today on Discord. You can message me or even join a voice chat. All the links are in the description. I shall see you in the next video. Peace.